Congresswoman Ileana Ros-Lehtinen, member of the House Foreign Affairs Committee. She also chairs the subcommittee on Middle East and North Africa. She's also been selected to serve on the prestigious Permanent Select Committee on Intelligence. Great to have you with us. And congratulations, if I may add that.
Well, it's a great honor. I thank the Speaker for it.
Well, the Speaker, let's start with the Speaker, because I have to say that was one of the most impressive judgments, maneuvers, whatever you want to call it, to invite Benjamin Netanyahu to a joint session of Congress. An absolutely brilliant move, and I think one that's absolutely critical to the nation.
Well, Lou, I absolutely agree. It is a policy decision based on U.S. national security and our shared interests with the Democratic Jewish State of Israel, our incredible ally in that troubled region. You know, the president made some sweeping statements last night saying that he's a tough negotiator and he's getting a tough nuclear deal with Iran. Nothing could be further from the truth. He's moving the goalposts. Now it's at the end of June, and he's given away everything. And in return, we're asking not, do we stop a nuclear Iran, is how many centrifuges will Iran be able to keep? So by John Boehner inviting, just hours after the president's speech, our greatest partner for peace in the Middle East to address us on the Iranian nuclear threat, I think speaks volume of how seriously the United States Congress takes the threat of a nuclear Iran for our own security.
And in the President's State of the Union, you invited to the speech the daughter of one of the brothers to the rescue pilots who were shot down by the Castro regime almost 20 years ago, standing in stark contrast to the presence there of Alan Gross, invited by the President. Where are we headed with this unilateral initiative on the part of the President to open up Cuba?
He has really given away the store. And this young lady whom I invited, the co-conspirator of her father's murder, was one of the spies that President Obama pardoned in exchange for Alan Gross's life. And it is just incredible what the president is willing to keep on offering the Cuban regime. Right now, the highest level State Department personnel is negotiating this diplomatic relations with the Cuban delegation. Who is the Cuban delegation? Well, they're of the official intelligence operation for Castro's Cuba. So that tells you a lot about the folks that we're dealing with. And one of the negotiators from Cuba has actually been charged with assaulting American protesters here in front of the Cuban intersection in Washington, D.C. This president has not asked for democracy, for liberty, for freedom for political prisoners, for the rule of law, nothing. Raul Castro has had to do nothing in order to get everything, including diplomatic recognition. Now he wants an embassy.
An embassy, and at the same time sitting in Havana Harbor, a Russian spy ship as the U.S. delegation has arrived for these very serious talks. Odd, and one assumes not exactly coincidental timing, the arrival of the Russian spy ship in Havana.
You are so right, Lou. Nothing that the Castro regime does is by coincidence. This is by design. This is part of the way that they operate. Remember that after the December 17th concession speech of the president giving away everything to this dictatorship in exchange for nothing, what did Raul Castro do? He donned his military fatigues and told the island nation, and indeed the world, hey, don't worry about it. We don't have to change anything. We got our convicted spies back. We got rid of a headache, which was to them Alan Gross, and it shows that if you're patient and you bide your time and you stick your finger in the eye of the United States long enough, you will be rewarded with everything you've asked for and more. So we're there in Havana right now saying, what more can we give you? And the Castro regime says, oh, please, don't throw me in the briar patch. It's amazing how weak this president is. He says he's going to veto sanctions on Iran. He's going to lift sanctions on Cuba, and then Israel is just given half a phrase in his State of the Union speech. Really? Our best ally in the Middle East gets just that? So it's a shameful foreign policy. But remember, this is the same president who, in September, said that Yemen was a success story. Fast forward to today, it's a basket case.
Absolutely. Congresswoman, always good to have you with us. Thanks for being
Lou,
here.
thank you, my friend.
Congresswoman Ileana Ros-Lehtinen.